notice people stood in line for hours at the State House to say goodbye to Reverend Jackson, coming from all over the state. As Kelsey was saying, some from much farther than that. Simone Jameson continues our team coverage.
Shock, disbelief, and sadness are just a few of the emotions visitors here to the South Carolina State House tell me they felt when Reverend Jesse Jackson passed away on February 17th. Now, the walls here at the State House were full with people from all across the country paying their final respects and remembering his lasting impact.
It stopped me in my tracks. It really did, because I knew what he stood for. And I don't feel that we have that today.
Gina Luberger and her husband Jeff tell me they were traveling from Ohio to Florida when they heard the late Reverend Jesse Jackson would line state at the South Carolina State House Monday. They say they were obligated to stop and pay tribute.
This is a man you could find no fault with. That's not hard to do when you're human.
Visitors like Maxie Joy also pay their respects at the South Carolina State House. He says the speech Jackson gave during his college graduation in the 1970s moved him.
I think his service, service to others, that's the most. Giving of his time to stand up for what's right.
Reverend Jackson's servant leadership, kindness, and humility are among the traits Andrell Sumter says her family took to heart as they made their way inside the State House for the ceremony.
He kept holding up the torch after Martin Luther King and the Rainbow Coalition. I remember historically when he went and helped free the prisoners overseas. It's just so much history. He just kept moving all the time.
Sumter says Jackson's leadership inspired her and her grandchildren to join NAACP chapters in the Midlands.
To make a difference in what you do and just always be kind to whoever you see.
Efforts these visitors say are critical in what some call a pivotal point in the nation's history, politically and socially.
I think we almost had a reset right now. We got to go back to the basis and go back to humanity.
I feel like there's been so many steps backwards in today's world, and it's up to us to hang on to the hope to carry his message forward, and we can get there. We absolutely can get there. It takes a village.
Other visitors here at the State House said verbatim they could not find one bad thing to say about the Reverend. Some say they are committed to continue carrying on Reverend Jackson's legacy, leading by example and treating others fairly. In Columbia, Simone Jameson, 7 News.
Reverend Jackson's final homegoing services will be held in Chicago later this week.